everybody, welcome to Nina's Knots Crochet. I'm Lynanne. If you're new here, hey, thanks for stopping by and checking out my channel. My channel, well, it's all about crochet. A little bit about knitting and a lot about yarn, but mostly it's about my life and my journey through this fantastic yarny community. Returning subscribers, thanks so much for coming back and spending a little bit of your Tuesday with me for Tunisian Tuesday. Today, I am going to show you one of my absolute favorite stitch patterns. This is called the Honeycomb Stitch. This stitch is very predominant in the Lamia wrap by TL Yarn Crafts, but I think it makes great pot holders or washcloths. I'm even thinking about using it to make a boggy blanket with some variegated yarn. I think it would be really, really pretty. So I am using some sugar wheel cotton that I got on clearance a couple of years ago. My 6mm Knitter's Pride Dream, or I think this is 6.5. This is a 6.5 US 10.5. It's a Knitter's Pride Dreams hook. And I didn't put a cord on it. I just stuck this bumblebee knit stopper on the back of it because I'm not going to be doing that many stitches. We're just going to show you a cute little sample. Now this pattern, and I have to double check my notes here. You have to use it, in order to do this, you need to use multiple of 2 plus 2. So an even number plus 2. So I'm going to start with, just say 12 stitches. So remember, you want your foundation row 3, 4, 5, 6 to be a little bit loose so that it's easy to get into. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. So that's 10 plus 2 is my 12. Now, you all know how to do the basic foundation chain or foundation row, which you just turn over your chain, go into the second chain from the hook, insert your hook into that back bump, yarn over, and pull up a loop. And you're going to do that all the way down. That's just a basic foundation row. If you wanted to, you know, for the curling effect, if you wanted to, oh gosh, come on now, you know, run a row of single crochet first, go ahead, do that. It's not a bad thing. But for this tutorial, I'm not going to do that. So we're just going to do, and remember, when you get to the end of the chain, whatever your chain number was, and mine was 12, that's the number of hook, or the number of loops left on your hook. So we have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, and 12. And you do your return pass. Yarn over, pull through 1, or a chain 1, however you want to call it. Yarn over and pull through 2 till you have 1 left on your hook. You just keep going all the way down. And that tail got stuck. Okay, now the first row of the pattern, you are going to start, like always, you're going to skip that first stitch. Into the next bar, you're going to put in a purl stitch. And if you're not sure how to do a purl stitch, I have a tutorial on my website or on my channel in the playlist. You can go check it out. The next one, you're going to do a simple stitch. That just goes under the next bar, yarn over and pull up a hook. So a purl stitch is you're going to bring your yarn in front of your hook, then go in to the stitch, yarn over, and pull up a loop. And that's the pattern all the way down. Simple, purl, simple, purl, simple, purl, and you're going to end with a simple stitch. Then you're going to do your traditional edge stitch, which roll that over, get both those loops, yarn over, pull up a loop, and then you just do a traditional return pass. Yarn over, pull through one, and then yarn over, pull through two to your left with one loop on your hook. Now, row 2 is basically the opposite. We started with a purl stitch here. We're going to start with a simple stitch. Then we're going to purl on the simple stitch, simple stitch on the purl stitch, purl on the simple stitch. You're going to do that to the end of the row, alternating simple stitch and purl stitch, simple stitch and purl stitch. Then you're going to do your traditional edge stitch, and then you're just going to do a return pass like you normally would. Chain 1, then yarn over, pull through 2 till you have 1 loop left on your hook. And start seeing the design. Let's do this one more time. So you're going to repeat row 1, which is you're starting with a purl stitch. So bring your yarn forward, yarn up, put your hook under that first bar. Well, that got splitty somehow. And do a purl stitch. Oh, that was really messy. Let's try that again. Yarn forward, under the first bar, purl stitch. Then we're going to do a simple stitch and a purl stitch, a simple stitch and a purl stitch, a simple stitch and a purl stitch, simple stitch and a purl stitch. You're going to end with a simple stitch. Then you're going to do your traditional edge stitch, which you're going to make sure you roll it over and get both of those loops. Yarn over and pull up a loop, and then chain 1, yarn over, pull through 2 all the way down until you have 1 loop left on your hook. So basically the pattern repeat is that if you're on a row that starts with a purl stitch, you're going to put a simple stitch on the row below. Is it a purl? Because you'll see the purl bump, so you know that you put a simple stitch there. If you don't see the purl bump, you're going to put a purl, and you just put a purl on a simple and a simple on a purl. So this row starts with the simple stitch and then a purl stitch, and whatever stitch you start with, so this row started with the simple stitch, you're going to end with a purl stitch at the end. So here we got a purl, so we're going to simple stitch on that. We're going to purl on this simple stitch, simple on the purl, purl on the simple, all the way down. We're ending with a purl, and then we're going to do our traditional edge stitch, making sure we get both loops, and then our return pass, which is yarn over, pull through 1, or chain 1, however you want to call it, and then yarn over, pull through 2 all the way down. Can you see that really cute design? It looks like a honeycomb. You can see like this little diamond shape here. I'm going to put a few more rows on this so that you can see just exactly what I'm talking about. So hang on a second and let me put a few more rows on here and you can see the really cute definition of this stitch. Okay, can you see the really cute pattern that you're getting? You get these little diamondy shapes and it's these diagonal lines and it's so pretty and it gives it such a nice texture. I adore this stitch. Can you see? This is a great angle for you to see the diamonds. It just is so cute. So what I'm going to do now is I want to show you how to bind off in pattern, and it's super easy. I ended on a row that started with a purl stitch, so we're just going to do a purl, and then instead of leaving the loop on, we're just going to pull it off. Just slip stitch it right off. This one is a simple, so we're just going to slip stitch it right off. Then purl, and then simple. And you just follow whatever that stitch is next. That's the one you're going to do, the purl. Slip it right off. And then the simple. And the purl. Simple. Purl. And a simple. And then you're going to do your traditional edge stitch bind off, which is getting both of those loops and then slip stitching it off. And there you go, you guys. It makes such a darling fabric with such great texture. I am going to make a boggy blanket out of this. I think it'll make a really great boggy blanket. I'm going to use some of that variegated that I got, the Red Heart Comfort in the jewel tones. I think it'll be an amazingly soft, drapey blanket that's got a little bit of warmth to it. This stitch isn't particularly thick like some other stitches, but it does have a unique back. You get that all those purl bumps on the back. So it's a fun textured blanket that I think the kids will like. So sometime this fall, I will be making a honeycomb stitched blanket for Boggy Creek. But you can use this for anything, blankets or sweaters or tote bags or anything your imagination come up with. You can make that. I might make a couple of these in just 5x5 squares and throw them in some of the boggy blankets. Wouldn't that be cute? You know, there's a lot of options out there. You know, your imagination is your limitation. So with that, you guys, I'm going to let you go. I hope you have a fantastic day. I hope that you're taking care of yourself and giving yourself some grace. But above all, be kind to everyone, and we will talk to you tomorrow. Have a good one.